Technically Speaking, Capital Area Technical Center's video podcast of all things going on at Capital Area Technical Center here in Augusta, Maine. Today I'm joined by Lieutenant Rick Johnson, who is our firefighting instructor, and he's been here. This is your second year here.
Second year?
Yes.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your background and what makes you qualified to teach this program.
Well, fortunately, I've had a great career in the fire service. It started in about 1989 with EMS, got into fire in 1991, and started my career job in 93 in Rockland, and then retired from there in 2018. I also started off as an adjunct fire instructor in 1999 with Maine Fire Training and Education, which is now Maine Fire Services Institute, and we go all over the state teaching fire, and so it's probably one of the best things I've been able to take part in throughout my career.
Wow, a very lengthy career. We're so lucky to have you to share all those experiences with the students. And one thing, you know, being around the state for so long and having a variety of roles, it seems like you have a lot of great contacts. You've gone from the top of the state to the bottom of the state, acquiring equipment for your students. Tell us a little bit about some of the equipment that you have been able to acquire for the program.
We were very fortunate because the fire service is much like a family, and it's not just in the state of Maine, but it's throughout the country and throughout the world. So, but we were supportive of each other, and especially supportive in the aspect of furthering our education and furthering the needs and finding out what the needs of the fire service are and what we can do to help out the other departments. With that said, this class here is in Sanford Area Technical Center, which has been going on for a few years, and a good friend of mine teaches this class, and he essentially has a stock room full of equipment and whatnot. So when we started this program last year, Captain Smith was able to donate all of the turnout gear that we needed, all the air packs that we needed. That was to get the ball rolling. We got an engine, 1989 Pierce engine donated to us from Gardner. We have gotten donations from other departments, Wales, Sydney, and I don't know if I can remember all of them, but we've gotten hose lines, we've gotten hand tools, ladders, all of the things, a lot of the tools that we need to, for this program to move forward.
So when you say that you have an engine, are you talking like an actual fire truck?
Yes. Yep. It's like I say, a Pierce. Nice. It's a beautiful engine, and they basically were able to donate it to us because they had to replace it through the United States Fire Act grant, and in order to get that grant, they needed to take that engine out of service, and it couldn't go into emergency service anymore. So it just kind of fell into place that they could donate it to this class.
I bet the students love having their own fire truck as part of their training.
It's very good because we get to use it for water supply when we do our hose drills and fire streams and flowing water and all of that. They're able to be right there, and we usually get some assistance from. This year we have one of the students. His father is a career firefighter in Auburn, and he came up to run the engine while we were doing the hands-on portion of the class. So everything works out quite well.
Wow, that's incredible. So tell me, what are students surprised about when they start learning about fire science? Are there any surprises that they hadn't anticipated? Well,
for a lot of most of the students this year with junior fire departments anyway.
Oh, okay.
The fire departments with junior programs, so they're quite familiar with the whole idea of fire and fire science. However, the big thing about fire science is that we're continually learning more. The way we used to attack fire years ago when I first started, and the way we attack fire now, we do differently because of the education that we've picked up over the years. And it's safer. It provides for a safer environment for us to do our job. and also to, if we have to, you know, do any victim rescues or anything like that. All of this, it all comes together, and we're, like I said, we're continually progressing.
So you said a lot of your students are already on junior firefighters working. Do you have to have that experience to join this class?
You don't. However, that being said, it's helpful because it backs up what we do in this class. This year we have, well, last year we had students from that were in the class from Monmouth, and they were on the Monmouth Junior Department, Farmingdale's Junior Department, South China, and Chelsea, I think. And this year we got two from Farmingdale, and there's one that's going to be getting on Farmingdale because of this class, and then two more from Monmouth. So.
Great opportunities.
Awesome.
Now I heard you, you know, talking before, like we're all family in the fire service, and I often hear you using those words with your students and other words like integrity, loyalty. How does that come into play with your program? Why is that important?
Well, essentially what it boils down to is emergency services, whether it's fire, EMS, or police. We're all public servants, and we need to treat each other with respect, and we need to, with that being said, respect is, you have the honor, the dedication, the integrity. All of these things play into what makes us to be professionals in doing our job. We have to represent our communities professionally. When we have a uniform on that has the identification that we are in the fire service, we want to represent the fire service, you know, with integrity and all of those things that we just talked about. Basically, the fire service also is considered a paramilitary organization, so our chain of command and the leadership is much like that in the military, and so we have to follow that chain of command and the respect for that chain of command so that the jobs that we do go smoothly, and there's a path for the information from the top that gets down to the bottom and everything in between so that we can do our job effectively and efficiently.
That's great. I think like it gives us hope for our young people that people like yourself with so much experience are passing down those kind of soft skills that are important in the jobs. So that's great.
It's, you know, and we hold to it in this class. It's when the kids come, when my students right now, they are all mindful of the fact that not only do they treat each other in this classroom with respect, and the people who come in to you know, maybe do some training, that I have some instructors from outside. They need to be treated with, they need to show respect to that person, and the expectation is that when they leave this room that they're carrying that respect to wherever they're going, whether it's they're back to their schools, out in the public, in the general public. It's a way of life. It's what we need to do in this business.
Well, it's funny. It's already, you know, it's only December. You've only had these students for a short amount of time, but I already see it with them. Like they are very polite with me in the hallway. They, you know, make sure they acknowledge me, and so it does transfer over what you're doing in the classroom to all aspects for sure.
That's the goal.
So, you know, you talked in the beginning about your career. You've had quite a lengthy career. I'm going to kind of put you on the spot a minute and ask you, you know, what are you, when you look back on your career, what do you think you're proud of that you've been able to accomplish?
Well, when I think about the years of service in my career in the fire service, one of the biggest things that allows me to do what I've done, and I gotta say that one of the things I'm most proud of is that I have a family, you know, my immediate family that has supported me over the past 30 years. You know, my wife and my kids, my grandkids. I'm in the fire service. You're gone. You could be. There's a regular schedule, but you could be gone on the days after because there's other fires going on, or there's EMS calls and they need more manpower, so they call us in. And it could be at any time when the pager goes off at 2:30 in the morning. Your family has to put up with that going off, and you taking off out of the house. So they supported me through all of these years, and believe it or not, they're still there. So that being said, that's probably one of the biggest things. And then the other thing is that because of being in the fire service, it's given me so many opportunities. Just continually learning, continuing my education, going to the National Fire Academy in Maryland several times, going throughout the country to seminars and conferences, learning how to deal with weapons of mass destruction, hazardous materials, and all of this. Even going out west to fight wildfires with the Forest Service, the Maine Forest Service, working with them. With all of that, and to the point of my retirement, it was a very rewarding career. However, when I got this job here, this is like the icing on the cake, and this is probably one of the things that I'm most proud of, is that I have the opportunity to share what I've learned with other folks. And that in itself is really one of the goals that you should have in the fire service, is that whatever knowledge you get, whatever education you get, you share it.
You know, certainly I want to thank you for all your service in the years of service in the fire department, because that is just incredible, and I can't even begin to fathom the amount of lives that you've touched at that. And then, you know, we are so lucky to have you here at the Tech Center in this short time that you've been here, you know, a year and a half, all that you've been able to accomplish in that short amount of time. I mean, you know, you continue to serve. You have worked so hard to get all this equipment for the students and to bring your program up to snuff so quickly, and you know, we're lucky to have you, the students are lucky to have you, and so thank you very much.
Well, like I say, it's you know, it's a privilege for me, you know, to be here and to take pride in the technical center and everything that the technical center does. I mean, as far as, you know, getting people ready for what they're going to do after they leave school.
Awesome. So I thank you all for joining myself and Lieutenant Johnson on our episode of Technically Speaking, and I hope if you like this, you'll subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss one of our episodes. Thank you.